So here is a quick tutorial on what exactly Group Play is. So Group Play is an app that is built in and preloaded on the Galaxy S4. And so it's a way that you can be able to share your music, your pictures, games, and documents with other devices. And it's not as if you're moving the files over to another device. It's just basically screen mirroring if you were to do it with documents and in pictures. And then when you're playing the games, you're just connected through the same network so you guys can keep track of each other and how you're doing. And then as well as in terms of music, you're sharing your speakers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this with a group password. And you don't have to, but just for the sake of the video, I want to show you guys what it'll look like. This is a way that you guys can secure your own group so not everybody can join in. And so I'm going to just say as of right now that it could be your own device along with 7 others. But depending on your connection, you could have a little bit more and you could have a little bit less. So I'm going to leave that a little bit open for you guys to play with. Now, so I just typed in my password and it found this group that I'm in. So what I can do is I can share pictures since I have a separate video that is showing off music. So let's say I choose some of these photos here. And the best point when you can use the photo one is actually if you went on a trip and you want to show all your friends and family, but you don't want everybody hovering over you, this is the best way to do it. Or if you are at a business meeting and you want to show off a document, then that is where you can do this too. And you're going to see exactly how it's going to work with both of them here. So as you can tell over here, now we are basically screen mirroring each other and we're sharing the screens. And so one of the things you can do is either you can scroll on any of the phones now that they're being shared on the same connection, or when you press on the screen here on the picture, it'll show you all the rest of them that's in the very bottom. So if I go through my little timeline down here of photos, then I can change them if I want. You can also write on the photos if you want to. So on the very first icon I clicked, that is where you can write on the screen. And so if I go into here and let's do maybe a pink color, which this camera's not picking up all the colors, but let's say I want to draw on the screen, now I can. And you're going to see that it's going on this device over here too. So maybe if I wanted to do, let's say, black, and then I can draw black on this side. So you can see that whatever you do on this phone or this phone, it's going to show it up on the other phone as well too. So if I get out of drawing, you just press on the very first icon again. The second icon here is to collage the photos. So all the pictures that's all in there, they're going to collage together, and then you're looking at one photo. And that's what that one looks like. To get out of it, you just hit on the back button, and there you go. If you wanted to add more photos to this group, all you have to do is hit on Add More Photos, which is the third icon. You can take pictures or add the images you've already taken. And the very last icon on the top right is to show you who all is in the group. And if you're looking at some of the photos, and maybe you want to, whoops, I almost deleted the photo. Maybe I want to have, let's say, let's do this photo right here. And this phone over here wants to have it, and then I can just go to save. I'm going to save the pictures, and now this picture is saved. So that's one way that you can actually share photos as well as do screen mirroring if they don't want to have all the photos. Now, before I exit where these photos are at, if there is one of the devices where that person wants to zoom in a little bit, they can, and it's not going to affect the other phone over there. So now I'm going to hit back here. And let's say that maybe we want to play some games against each other. And so you can either play a poker game, or you can even do a game down here, which is kind of like Bejeweled. And so it showed that there was one person that was in that group. And so now I'm going to go in the game here. And they're going to load together, and then they're going to play against each other. You can see the scores. So I just entered in their names. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down a little bit so they're not too loud. So I put in one name as Yo and the other one as Dog. And since this is the phone over here that is in charge of the entire group play, this is where you hit play. 3, 2, 1. And now you can play. And so now you're going to go against each other and just do whatever you want to. Well, hey, I'm pretty good with not even trying. So yeah, so that is something that you guys can look forward to when you guys get the Galaxy S4. It is already created. I'm going to go into share music, which you can do the pictures and documents, and you guys can play games against each other. But let's just do music first. So I'm going to choose a couple songs here, and I will have these two join in as of right now. So now that they're opening up, they are going to join my group. That basically what happens is this is creating a mobile AP, which is basically a hotspot, and it's working kind of like the Wi-Fi Direct when you share files against each other. So now that I hit OK, I'm going to go into share music. So it's joining my group that I created. And so for the sake of speaking, you're going to notice right here there's two phones that is connected as left speakers, and you have one that is connected as right speaker. And if you want to switch these all around, all you have to do is just click on those speakers and change who you want per speaker. And I always suggest to have people have it as a left speaker or right speaker compared to everybody in stereo. But let's see what that sounds like. And the reason why I mentioned to put everybody on the left or right speakers is because you're going to have that better surround sound system sounding. So once these get spread apart, which you can do this all the way up to 200 feet away from each other, just due to the fact that like it is with the Wi-Fi Direct. Now if I want to change a song, once I change the song, and then now they're going. If you want it to look different in terms of the speaker style, you can have it set as classic. Go back to funky. And then if you want to change the volume, so now you can change the volume per off of the main one that's in lead. You can actually change, go back. Once you go back into the volume, I can turn this one down and I can turn this one up. Or I can turn all of them back up. Or through master volume, they all go back down. And that is the music portion of it, which one of the things that I found out that was pretty cool is that you can plug in, if you want to, auxiliary ports into all three of these. So if you have three different speakers, you just want to have a more bigger sounding, then you can have a speaker connected to this one, a speaker on this one, a speaker on this one. Or even more creatively, if you're going on a road trip with somebody and they're in a car behind you, as long as you guys are within 200 feet away from each other, then you can do Bluetooth into your car. You guys are both listening to the exact same music. And with this one right here being in charge, if I turn this down, I can actually get out. Music is still going to be playing, but I can hop up on the internet if I want to. And it's not going to be taking anything else. But the one thing you guys do want to make sure you do is, since it's running in the background, press and hold on home, and then you go to group play, and then you swipe it off, so then there's no more connection.